show we can have a lot of fun with, and our guests are being reunited with high school friends, and they have no idea how much their friends have changed over the years. Look at Carol and Loretta up here. I mean, they have no idea what's going to happen. Scared to death, aren't you?
Right.
Yeah, you're nervous.
Yes.
You don't know what to expect.
Right.
Is this your buddy James?
That's him.
That's the way he looked in high school. How long ago was this?
About 31 years. Be 32 in June.
32 years ago?
Right.
That's when you graduated high school in Cleveland,
Yeah.
Ohio.
65, Collinwood.
Carol, how would you describe James?
As you can see, and I don't want to be unkind.
Well, be a little unkind. It's okay.
He was not very attractive. And I look at this picture and I remember those glasses because most of the time they had tape on them. So they were held together by tape. But I was thinking about this, and I would kind of describe him as a cross between Mr. Peabody and Urkel. And he was just kind of low-key. He seemed like, I just remember him playing. You know, you wouldn't notice him in a crowd, and he always had like a little white T-shirt on and black pants, and that was pretty much it.
And Loretta, your memories of him?
Pretty much the same, except that I'm looking, he always had a chipped tooth. He had the tape glasses, a chipped tooth, white shirt, black pants that came up to here, tight pants, and he was just...
The pants were kind of like...
Yeah, they were sort of high water
mid-calf
pants.
or something?
Yeah, high water pants.
Yeah.
And...
Did he get teased a lot?
No, not that I know of. He would stay with certain people. He hung out with mostly the girls, and...
I don't know if anybody noticed him.
Yeah.
I didn't know. He was just...
Well, let's ask him backstage. I mean, James, what was life like for you back then?
I couldn't even pay for a date. I couldn't buy a date. The only reason I hung out with them was because they were nice to me.
Right. How about the girls? Did the girls like you?
They all wanted to be my sisters.
That's true. That's
Are you
true.
all ready to meet James after all these years?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, after 31 years, that's when you graduated high school, 1965. Here's your high school pal, James. James, come on out.
Spike me out.
This is not the James I remember.
No.
Don't judge a book by a high school picture. My man.
We'll go out with you now.
She never knew it. I had a crush on this. I had a crush on. I never told her because they were so busy trying to keep me straight. I mean, I spent most of my time in the library reading about places that I wanted to go. And I remember I used to sit there and I'd cut erasers up, and I'd take two pencils, and I'd sit there and I was using the pencils like chopsticks. And people would go, "What are you doing?" I said, "I'm practicing for when I go to Asia." And they said, well, I ended up spending 8 years, between Vietnam and Japan and Korea, I ended up spending 8 years in Asia.
You were in the service.
10 years, 65 to 75.
And we're in Vietnam.
Vietnam, yeah.
Yeah. And then you got very involved with the culture and what was going on in Asia.
Right.
Particularly karate and martial arts.
Right, right. Korean's my second language. I ended up becoming the first black actor in Korean motion pictures. And...
Wow! All of a sudden, Loretta and Carol want to get reacquainted with James here. Do you remember what you just described him as? A cross between what?
Well, Urkel
I'm
sings.
sorry, Mr. Peabody and Urkel.
Mr. Peabody and Urkel.
It was true. It was true.
James, for the record, because I don't want to ask these marvelous women, how old are you, James?
I just turned 50 last week.
Now, any problem with around girls these days?
None.
I bet.
None.
I bet you're just doing fine.
Fantastico.
Now, is this a surprise, Loretta?
Yes. He's awesome.
Wow. When we come back, she met one of her only friends in church, but she's no church lady.